It can be difficult to juggle school, life, and being a parent. Luckily, and hopefully, with this video, we can help you make healthy choices to avoid cavities and periodontitis.
The first trimester is arguably the most important trimester. During this time, your baby is developing their teeth and lips. Your baby is also susceptible to injuries and malformations. The fancy term for this is teratogenic effects, and teratogen means anything non-genetic that causes malformations and disease syndromes in utero, and these can include periodontal infection and anything you put in your body, such as alcohol, tobacco, or street drugs. And, contrary to common belief, herbal dietary supplements also affect your baby. It can cause your baby to not be able to fight disease as well.
When you're pregnant, your body is in overdrive. Not only do you have to eat enough to provide food for your metabolism, but you also have to eat enough of the nutrients that allow your baby to grow healthy. Some of the nutrients you need are folate, vitamin A, iron, iodine, zinc, vitamin D, calcium, fiber, and others. Now don't worry, many of these you get naturally through foods, but we'll explain a little bit of which foods you can find these nutrients. Now folate, it decreases the chance of your baby getting spina bifida, a condition in which the baby's spine is not fully formed and enclosed. Now you can find folate in legumes, asparagus, eggs, leafy greens, and many other foods. Now iron is another important thing that you need for you and your baby. It can be found in red meat, leafy greens again, legumes, cereals like Fiber One and Cheerios. Iodine is important for your thyroid and the hormones that produces. You can find that in seafood. It can be found in certain fortified foods, milk, vegetables, and it can also be found in iodized salts in the United States. Zinc can be found also in seafood, and lean meat, legumes again, beans, peas, nuts, seeds, and soy products. Vitamin D, the best way to get that one is just to spend some time outside in the sun, and your body will naturally synthesize the UV rays into vitamin D, but make sure that you wear sunscreen to protect yourself. This can help to prevent your baby from getting rickets, which is when the bones are soft. Calcium is another good one for your bones and for your baby's teeth that are already starting to develop when they're growing inside of you. You can find that in milk, of course, and dairy products. Fiber is also important as many pregnant women experience trouble going to the restroom. So it'll help your digestive system work as normal. Fluids are also very important. Drink plenty of water.
Which of these grocery store items are nutritious? Choose all that apply. Chocolate cake, cheese, cashews, chips, candy, or carrots.
It's important to drink a lot of water because a high percentage of your body is made up of water, and you need it for all kinds of daily habits. Also, it's good to raise the pH of your mouth and also to switch out those leftovers.
What is a risk factor which makes you more likely to get caries or cavities? Is it a high or basic pH, eating vitamins regularly, snacking between meals, also called grazing, or brushing your teeth twice a day?
So caries is essentially the dental term for cavities. And when you get caries or cavities, it means you have a low pH in your mouth, which means you can be snacking all day or eating sugary foods or drinking sodas or coffee, but it doesn't just happen immediately. It happens over a period of time. So if you are, like I mentioned, eating the sugary food or snacking in between meals and you don't brush or rinse your mouth out afterwards, it can cause little white spots on your teeth. And if that's not taken care of with fluoride products like the toothpaste or fluoride varnish at the dentist office, then it'll continue to progress.
Which of the following are risk factors make you more likely to get periodontitis? Is it smoking, poor self-care, such as not brushing and flossing regularly, lack of exercise, hormonal changes, drinking too much coffee, or calculus, also known as tartar.
So the risk factors for periodontitis, basically you're always going to have bacteria in your mouth, good or bad. Periodontitis is essentially a bacterial infection, but you can control how much of that good and bad bacteria are in your mouth. So the way that you can do that is focus on daily health care. Kind of like when you have your own room and it's always going to tend towards getting messy, you can't just rely on it always being clean. So just like that, you have to constantly clean your mouth. To avoid periodontal disease, you can work on good oral health habits so that you can maintain your gums, such as this. In health, you have gums, some attachment, and some bone. But the less that you provide oral health care, the more susceptible you are to getting periodontal disease, which is, as I said, a bacterial infection. You get stuff like gingivitis. Gingivitis can then transform into periodontitis and then advanced periodontitis. As you can see, there's a lot more bone loss and a lot more irritation to the tissues that occur because your body's reacting to the fact that there's bad bacteria in there. So basically, not all bacteria are bad. In fact, you might want some of that good bacteria to help you digest the food that you eat. But the key is balance. You need to maintain your oral health care by getting rid of that bad bacteria, by brushing twice every day and flossing once a day to get in between those areas where it's very easy for the bacteria to stay and eventually become plaque, and then calculus, which is like hardened plaque. And that's what irritates your gums, causing stuff like bone loss.
True or false? Our food choices can have an effect on our oral health, specifically in our risk of caries and risk of periodontitis.
Wait, you mean to tell me that my food choices aren't just affecting like my body, but like my mouth health too?
Yeah, of course. So when you're putting food in your mouth, obviously most of it goes down to your stomach, but a lot of it does stay in your mouth. So when it just sits on your teeth, it can cause either the periodontitis, which is the bone loss, or it can cause caries or cavities, depending on if it causes the pH in your mouth to go low, so causing the caries or cavities, or if it goes high, which means it can cause the periodontitis.
So I can't win either way. Like, does that mean I have to stop eating?
No, of course not. Your body needs all the...
All right. Well, how do I keep it out of balance then? Because it sounds like I'll either be too high or too low. So what do I do?
So after you eat about half an hour, that's when you can brush your teeth.
I don't have time for that. How am I supposed to take care of my teeth? Like, I have to deal with my kids too, and like work and family and stuff. So how am I supposed to keep my pH like not too low?
Okay, so after you eat, you can just kind of swish around some water in your mouth.
Okay.
And then that should take care of a lot of it, and it'll actually raise your pH. Because
But isn't raising your pH bad too? Because then it like makes you get periodontal disease.
there's a good balance. So about 7 is a good medium.
Like 7 waters?
No. So there's the scale. So 1 is extremely acidic, and then 12 is extremely basic. So if you're in the middle, which is about 7, that's where your mouth is happy.
Oh, nice. So all water is like basically 7?
There are some, like bottled water, that is lower in pH.
What? Excuse me. You mean to tell me that some of the water that I drink is acidic?
Yes, it can be.
What?
So if
Who
you have...
call out these products for me so I can like take them off my list, off my grocery list, especially for my kid.
So what you can do is, if you have a container of water, and do you happen to know if your tap water is fluoridated, like if it has fluoride in it?
Yeah, I think in San Bernardino area is fluoride. I've heard of that. Isn't fluoride bad for you though?
No, it's good for your teeth.
Oh,
it
for real?
helps remineralize your teeth.
But like, will it poison me and my baby though?
No,
Oh.
just don't. The amount that's in the water is good.
Okay.
It's optimal level. But obviously don't eat the toothpaste or anything like that.
Girl, that's nasty. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically what you mean to tell me is if I snack a lot and drink a lot of water and make sure that the water I drink is not too acidic.
Yep.
So tap water is usually best because it's got fluoride.
Yes.
even though it tastes nasty.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You answered a lot of my questions.
Of course.
True or false? The caries process is an ongoing tug-of-war between risk factors and preventive factors, which we can control with good nutritional choices.
So essentially, the caries process is a tug-of-war between the risk factors and the healthy factors. Now, certain foods can help to mitigate some of those risks, such as nuts or turkey that contain arginine, which is a product that your bacteria, when they metabolize it, it makes basic products, which increase the oral pH, which minimize damage that the bacteria can do. Also, another good thing to utilize is xylitol, which can be found in gums or mints. You just want to make sure they're sugar-free, and then on the back it'll say that they contain xylitol, which again, bacteria cannot process. So instead of giving them fuel, you're deleting that effect they have.
What makes me happy fills me up with glee. Those bones in my jaw that don't have a flaw, my shiny teeth and